And whoa, look at Magoo. Magoo streaks into the...
Thorpe's got basketballs. They lock handlebars as they go through, but Thorpe's done.
Here comes Bradshaw to the outside of Bale. He takes over the number 2 position, and Bradshaw is not done.
Finest ride of the season. Jeff Stanton has only a couple of corners to go, a few more moguls, and he'll romp home the winner. It'll be his 4th win, as a matter of fact, of the Camel season. He'll pad that Camel Series points lead. And here's Stanton. There's a checkered flag, and an arm goes up in the 250 class. The future is now, and it belongs to rider number 7, Jeff Stanton. At the start of the season, the Honda rider, shown here chasing defending 250 champ Jeff Ward, had never won a national. Stanton eventually passed Ward and went on to win both motos, collecting his 3rd national win in a row. En route to his lofty position atop the 250 championship point standings, in the 8 motos run, Stanton has won 5 of them and finished second 3 times.
And he's well on his way to becoming the 2nd rider ever to win back-to-back Supercross titles. The only one to have ever done that is, of course, the legendary Bob Hurricane Hanna. He won it 3 times in a row, so Stanton will really have something to shoot for if he is able to keep it upright in this one and then go on to win the championship after the season finale just 1 week from today. 1 week from now, I should say. Checkered flag time. Stanton is happy. Look at that, pumping his arms. He is really pumped up and happy. Jean-Michel Bale takes 2nd, Mike Kidrowski 3rd, Jeff Ward holds on to take 4th.
Stanton needed to lock up the 250 national crown. With his helmet on backwards and 2 flat tires, Stanton could get 10th. Ward, though, never stopped trying. The multi-time national champ, hurting from that first moto crash, fought from out of the pack to take the lead, and in the end, the moto win. Stanton, well, when the Michigan rider crossed the finish line in 3rd, the title for the 2nd year in a row was his.
He has done what he had to do by focusing on the objective. And now Stanton will come to the final checkered flag. Only his 3rd of the season. Compare that to 9 for his rival. But consistency. He didn't crash it away. He rode consistently, and he is number 1.
Look at that. He raised his arm. He's going to park. He knows he has won it, but he's going to wait up there to see for sure. Look at that. Boy, is he happy or what?
3rd 250cc national title. A time to rejoice, a time to be happy? You would think so. Yet Jeff Stanton was not.
Just had a bad day altogether, just didn't ride good, so not too happy right now.
Ward through that top loop section. Timing very critical through there. Johnson continuing to try to close on the leader.
There we see Jeff Stanton. He's moved into the number 3 spot. He got by Tyson Boland, dropping him back into the number 4 position. And also getting by Boland is rider number 16, Doug Dubois. And followed by Rick Johnson. Jeff Stanton coming into view in the number 3 position. Doug Dubois in the number 4 spot. He's riding a YZ 360, and earlier Brad Jones talked to Doug Dubois about his machine.
Stanton to win now is the 500cc crown. And what does Jeff think of that?
It's important. Nobody's ever won all 3 championships in 1 year, and it'd be a hell of a task, and I think I'm ready for it.
The crowd has got their money's worth, and if you've never seen a national championship motocross in person, you owe it to yourself to go out and at least see one. They're all across the country, and it makes a great day of entertainment. He goes to the inside, stand to the outside, and Ward says, I come to race. Let's get it on. Inside, is he going to pass? Ward gets right up on him, and Ward goes down. Well, son of a gun. Wardy tried to do the same thing he did in the first moto, and Stanton. Stanton heading for the checkered flag, and he has got it. Jeff Stanton takes it home.
In the 500 division with 100.
Looking to go on out and win both of these motos. Haven't won both motos all year. Just been splitting, and he wins the first one, I win the second one. So it hadn't been fun. I've been keeping the points lead, but haven't been spreading those points out. So need to go out and win both motos and get some points in between us.
I hope I need to beat them, or if we split motos, I'd like to be on the winning end of the splitting motos. But just to stay close, and I feel good. I won both motors here last year, and I think it's going to dry out a little bit more once the day goes on. And I'd like to come away with the points lead. Try to keep on to it, hang on to it.
But Stanton right now is on top. It is Honda's 1 and 2, Kawasaki's 3 and 4. The track, as you can see, is very, very rutted, and it is still slick. You've got to be careful of how hard they hit the brake and how hard they get on the power. And going up the hill here is a total 503. Mud, whoop-de-doos, and a lot of horsepower. Wardy now moves into spot number 3, and he's going after Johnson. Stanton's still the leader. Rick Johnson running at spot number 2, but here comes Ward. Ward gets him clean on the outside. Wardy outpowered Johnson all the way up the hill. Shook up. Well, Wardy now is out in front with Johnson at spot number 2. Let's watch it again. Stanton loses the front wheel and slams himself into the turf. Right behind him goes Jeff Ward and Rick Johnson. Wardy and Tom Morgan send us all back to the deck out in front. Top draw for Jeff Ward. He waited for a mistake. He got Johnny O'Mara is in spot number 3. And there's Jeff Stanton talking to keep Honda State Harbor. And with Stanton out, Wardy causes the wheelies and hits the checkered flag. So Jeff Ward will win yet another 500cc moto in a very tough battle that saw Stanton on the ground as Wardy rides to victory.
Stanton goes to the outside, so Stanton seeing that Wardy may be tiring a little bit. Hard to believe since Wardy is one of the most physically fit athletes on the racetrack. Stanton still runs in spot number 2. He's closing it even closer. The 125 National Championship contender is now looking for spot number 3 and perhaps to go after Stanton or Jeff Ward. Boy, Wardy can feel the heat now and it's getting hot. Stanton runs in spot number 2. That may not be for long. Tom Morgan flashing signals to Jeff Ward, and the only thing I can think that Ward's saying is get on the gas. Here comes Stanton, and boy, Stanton is closing in even tighter. Now they are side by side. Stanton tries to move on the outside. Wardy blocks him off Ward and Jeff Stanton, and they are hammering each other here at Washougal. Stanton tried to get around him earlier, and now Stanton has finally got him. Stanton he goes about 180 pounds, and he's all muscle. Wardy's just a little ball of muscle, and if he even so badly wants to start this championship run off with a win here at Washougal, but Wardy has been here before. He's won here many times. Wardy says this is... Stanton going around riders right and left. Checkered flag comes out. Stanton takes the win. Yeah, I'd like to win here because then when I go to Budds Creek, I'd have a 12-point lead, and then I wouldn't, you know, I'd be right there in the points. Stan could win both motos, and I'd still be in good shape to win the championship. So I'm here to win, and that's what I came here to do. So I'm going to give it all I got.
I would have to tell you that that same sentiment was running through the Team Honda pit in the person of Jeff Stanton. And I would think that Jeff Ward and Mike Bale, Jean-Michel Bale rather, Mike Jones, Todd DeHoop, a lot of other riders were thinking the same thought. Big pile up in the first corner in that 500cc class. There were riders all over the place, but all of the good ones escaped unscathed. Taking the whole shot was Jean-Michel Bale. He's followed by Mike Jones. There's Mike Kidrowski running in the number 3 position. Jeff Stanton running in the number 4 slot, and there's Jeff Ward running 5th. Usually it's hard to catch Jean-Michel Bale when he's out front, but not when Jean-Michel Bale cooperates. But even when he crashes, he does it gracefully. He was back up just as quick as anyone possibly should be, but Mike Kidrowski was able to sneak by to take over the number 1 position in the first moto. So the running order now is Kidrowski out front, Jean-Michel Bale running in the number 2 position. Jeff Stanton is back in 3rd, 4th place, the property of Jeff Ward. Now, if it's anything that Jean-Michel Bale hates, it's being embarrassed in front of his friends. Jean-Michel Bale hates it when he crashes and he is passed, especially for the lead. So Bale has the pressure on Mike Kidrowski, but Kidrowski refuses to crack. He's looking for as many points as possible out of this one, because the more he gets, the less he has to worry about at the season finale. If he could win a pair of motos here today, then he would be in excellent shape to capture the crown with only a couple of motos to go. So Kidrowski pure, concentration 100% of the way at this Steel City track. Behind Kidrowski and Bale, there were a couple of other riders that were doing just a little bit of business. That would be Jeff Stanton and Jeff Ward. Wardy got by Stanton, and Ward will end up in the number 3 position at the checkered flag. And the checkers are coming out. Kidrowski wins it. Jean-Michel Bale finishes 2nd, Ward 3rd, Stanton 4th, Todd DeHoop finishes in the number 5. 11 points separate Mike Kidrowski and Jeff Stanton. What that equates to is this: if Stanton wins both motos today, in order for him to win the championship, Kidrowski would have to take at least 1/3 and 1/4. If Kidrowski takes 2 third places, then it's all over. That's all he needs to seal the title. The way he's been riding, that should be a snap. Jeff Stanton out front in the early going. Jean-Michel Bale running 2nd. Jeff Ward is 3rd, and Mike Kidrowski is 4th. So the way the positions are stacked up right now, that is exactly the combination that Jeff Stanton needs in one moto in order for him to win the championship. Now, theoretically, if teamwork is going to be at play here, Jean-Michel Bale would have stayed behind Jeff Stanton, but there is no love, as we told you earlier, lost between these two riders, and Bale flashes by Stanton to take over the number 1 position. I assure you that behind them, should Mike Kidrowski need that spot that Jeff Ward has, Ward would readily move over and give it up. In fact, he has already done just that. He has dropped back off the pace to let Mike Kidrowski go and seek his fortune up front, while the fans were cheering that pass that Jeff Stanton put on Jean-Michel Bale. Stanton back in front, Bale running 2nd. There's Kidrowski in 3rd. As long as he holds on to that 3rd place, then he has the championship locked up, provided, of course, he can do it in the 2nd moto. Jeff Ward just watching what is happening back in the number 4 position. Now coming up, oddity number 2 in this moto of the 500cc championship. Oddity number 1, of course, was when Jean-Michel Bale passed Stanton, and oddity number 2 was when Bale moved over and let Kidrowski pass to take over the number 2 position. Told you there was no love lost between the Honda teammates. 2nd moto, rain is coming down. Track is a
At the front of the pack, the other end of the spectrum, is Jeff Stanton. He's on the last lap. He has put together a fine moto here in problems that Mike LaRocco has had today. A couple of crashes, a lap rider trying to take him out in that boxing match on that last lap. He'll keep it upright, and he'll go on to claim the overall win for the day. And he's looking behind him like, I really don't believe the lead that I've got out here. Where is everyone? The answer to that, of course, is they're not in the same league with Jeff Stanton in this, the 2nd moto. Now, LaRocco has ridden just as fast, maybe faster, as Stanton comes up to the checkered flag, but unfortunately, LaRocco stopped to take a couple of, well, shall we call them...